My name is Torrance Six, and I welcome you to the Lapeer Street Garage. What we have for you today is a 2008 Suzuki B-King, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some information about the model, and then I will give you some specific details about this bike. So as far as the B-King goes, it was imported actually only 1 year into the United States. That was 2008. Unfortunately, due to low sales, Suzuki discontinued the bike importing. However, it was a big seller in Europe until I believe 2012 was the last year that they sold it. Some specific features about the B-King is Suzuki had, in its time in 2008, I believe that they were a little bit ahead of their time for not only the styling that this bike has, but the combination of a more relaxed riding style with a cruiser type riding position, but also combining that with a sport bike power plant. And a couple of other features that we have is that you could get this bike in ABS. This one happens to be a non-ABS model. And then one of the other unique features is that it does have a power mode selector. A, which is the default, which is 100% power, and then it does have a B mode for reduced power, about 50% power for either inexperienced riders or adverse riding conditions or inclement weather. And the unique thing about that is you see a lot of manufacturers that are currently offering ABS now, and as well as the power mode selectors on the current model offerings, starting in about 2012 through the current versions. And Suzuki had them out of the gate on that in 2008. A few other things about this particular bike, or actually the B-King as well, is that has dual floating front calipers in the front, 310 millimeters. The power plant for this bike is actually borrowed from its cousin, the Suzuki Hayabusa. It's 1340 cc's. The power plant is exactly the same. There's only a few differences as far as the air intake. It does not have the ram air that the Hayabusa does, and also the exhaust is a little different. If you can see over here, it's actually a twin undertail exhaust as opposed to the side discharge with the Hayabusa. Also, this bike has been tuned for a low to mid-range torque, so you have a little bit more torque on the lower end as opposed to the high end. And then also some particular features on this bike. The stock color was silver. You can either get it in silver on black or black on black. What this one has been added some flair to it, some customization with the red on the some of the fairings right here, and then it does have aftermarket levers. And then moving on, this one actually does have a slip-on twin exhaust from Yoshimura as well. The power plant is mated to a 6-speed transmission, which has a slipper clutch, so a little bit ease riding there. And then also, like I did mention, Suzuki was at the forefront with having a cruiser-style bike where a lot of the weight is on your rear and through your back, as opposed to having a more aggressive riding style where you have a lot of weight on your wrist. So that provides a lot more comfort and a lot more ability to ride for longer duration. So that's what we have. I appreciate you stopping by, and this has been the 2008 Suzuki B-King, which originally was Be the King for the road. That's what Suzuki had planned for it. Unfortunately, it wasn't a good seller initially, but as we can see, it set the example. There's a lot of manufacturers that are following this power cruiser, street fighter kind of look these days. So thank you for your time, and you have a great day.